Okay, you guys, what is up? The King of Lightning is here today to do Magi, the Labyrinth of Magic, episode 25 review. This is the season finale, not the series finale. And this is confirmed via an article on Anime News Network. So, of course, before I get started, look down the description below for the link to this week's episode of Magi, the link to the article on Anime News Network where it actually says that, yes, in fact, Season 2 is greenlit, and the Facebook fan page. That's number one. And number two is, of course, no Japanese company, corporation, or network has any claim to this video. The thumbnail is an original photo, which does not belong to any of them. The visuals are me. They do not own me. No. And the audio is a homemade background soundtrack with me speaking over that background soundtrack. They do not own that. This video follows the rules and regulations that are set by Google and YouTube. Now, that being said, this episode of Magi, whoa, I mean, like there was, okay, alright. Let me just break it out into like the negatives and the positives, alright? The negatives and the positives. First of all, the two fights, they were negatives. They were straight up negative, right? In fact, the one with Shindoya being attacked, that was bad. And then the other one, that was subpar. And the other one meaning like the conclusion of the fight against, like when Alibaba fell from grace, it was like, oh, like it was, yo, man. When the hell did Hakuryu get Zaga? I'm like, what the fuck? Like, I'm just sitting here. I'm like, what? Like, when the hell did you get Zagan, bro? I thought that like Magi's had to be there. They had to like call. They had to like accept. I don't know, man. You know, I don't fucking know anymore. Actually, no. They don't need to be there because Sinbad, he went there solo and then he got like 7 Jin by himself. But the thing about this is that like it's very like apparently at some point he got Zagan, and I guess he was in the treasure room like they said he was. I mean, we didn't see it. We didn't see him talk. You would think that he would use, like, he never even mentioned using Zagan to heal Morgiana. You know, it was like he already had Zagan, bro. Like, it was a weird, like, something's wrong with the plot scheme, basically. Where it was like, okay, so Morgiana's wounded, almost out of Magoi, almost near death. And then Ren Hakuryu, he's like, yeah, like, Morgiana, like, she's in the treasure room. And then he never said about how, like, I got Zagan and I healed her, so she should be okay. No. He just apparently, like, while fighting against Isnan, got his arm cut off. And then, I mean, not Isnan, Isaac got his arm cut off. And then it's like, you know, fuck it. Now I'm going to use Zagan. I'm like, Mama, it was weird because like, he never mentioned that he healed Morgiana. In fact, she never even said that she got healed. Like, because when she came out of nowhere, they were like they were both surprised. Like, Aladdin and Hakuryu. And then they're like, Morgiana, are you okay? And then she's like, yeah, like I slept and my Magoi recovered. But I'm like, wait a second. If he had Zagan, wouldn't he heal you? And then your Magoi recovered? I don't fucking know. I'm just saying. It was weird. It threw me the fuck off. I'm like my mouth like, oh. So, yeah, like there's something wrong with the plot. And then the fight itself was like semi-cool. You know, Alibaba, like he was doing well. Alibaba being controlled by Isnan via like this weird pendant on his head. And, I mean, it was somewhat cool. It was somewhat cool, but not really that good. Way too short for my taste, obviously. And then they wind up, you know, they do a tag team here with a Hakuryu. Hakuryu, after he summons Zagan, and that's also another problem that I have. He was able to summon like the full body of Zagan, and I thought that it was impossible to do that unless you were a Magi. I mean, I think even like Sinbad even said like, like we can't do that. You know, like it's impossible for people, like for humans to actually summon, you know, like the Jinn themselves. Only Magi can do that shit. But here's Hakuyu like Zagan, and then it was like he's behind him like, yeah, I got your back, buddy. I'm like, what the fuck? It threw me the fuck off, to say the least. To say the least. And then they beat him with like a collaboration of Morgiana and Morgiana, Alibaba, and Morgiana, Aladdin, and Hakuyu. Hakuyu goes in there, swing, and then Morgiana kicked the freaking thing on his head. The thing cracks and disappears. Solomon's wisdom, and then they invade his mind. So that fight, no. Just a no. That's subpar. Now, the other battle with Shindori, that's bad. And let me explain why. Alright, first of all, what the fuck happened? Like, what the fuck happened? It was like, Yamuraya, okay? Well, first of all, yeah, let me talk about that. Let me talk about the sludge thing first. Like, the sludge thing was coming in mad close, alright? And like, these gargoyles, like this aerial unit, shitty. They got taken out by arrows. Like, archers took them out. Like, no, shitty. They didn't even get close to the city. That's number one. Number two, the sludge thing. No. Like, the sludge thing winds up getting taken out by a combination of fire attacks from the dragon and like these and the big semi-giant dude from the north. Yamuraya deflecting an attack from the old dude on the wheelchair with some like I thought that it was weird because I'm like, what's going on? It was like she after during their fight when this old guy was able to shoot off these things that were on her, like the 2 ear like ornaments, and then like her seashell like titty things. I don't know, man. Like the fuck it, man. Like they were on her breast. I don't even know anymore, man. It was basically like her seashell. Like what they call, like those. I forgot what they're called, but basically they remind you of those things that chicks will put on them to like cover their nipples, or like sticky thing. Fuck it, man. Whatever. You get my point. He destroys those things, but no. Apparently they had magic in them. They make like this big circle in the actual they make this big circle in front of her, and then they deflect this old dude's attack. Because she taunts the old dude, blah 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 blah. He's mad, and then he does a full body Jin equip, full body dark Jin equip. Then does like a hyper beam, and then the beam gets deflected by the ornaments that she had on her. Then the beam circles around the entire island and like takes out like half of the sludge thing. Then a quarter of the sludge thing gets taken out by the combination of the dragon and the semi-giant dude. And then the rest is all Ren Kyogyoku. She just does her thing, and then she's in full body Jin equip. She makes a tidal wave, and then she floods the entire sludge thing. And then that's it. No. It was a big fat no. It was like, really? No. Like, it was very lame, lackluster. The fight itself between Yamuraya and the floating wheelchair guy was very lackluster. It was, all the fights. Well, actually, no, I can't say all of them. Between the three of the fights that occurred, the swordsman guy, Masaru, and Yamuraya, the swordsman guy, he had the best one. But it was still, it was okay and, not that great. But Yamuraya, it was basically, fly around. I ran out of Magoi. The guy's like, ha, and then, shoots her with these laser things. And then, her thing come off, her protection breast thing come off. I don't fucking know. And then it was beam, hyper beam. Yeah, it was bad. It was basically bad. It was bad. It was bad. It was bad. It was lame. It was lame. These gargoyles, they didn't even get into the fucking city. It was it was lame. It was lame. So no. I'm not going to waste my time with that anymore. It was lame. It was bad. It was lackluster. No sense of danger. Zero. Nada. Done. There was no sense of danger. It was they hyped this fight. They hyped this shit up so much. And then when push came to shove, these these guys from Al Damon, they got pushed to death. Like, it was shitty. It's like a 15-year-old bully picking on a 9-year-old girl. It's like, fuck you. Like, yeah, where's my lunch money, bitch? Like, that's what it was. It wasn't even a battle. The gargoyles sucked. The sludge thing sucked, and it was whatever. So that part, bad. Terrible. Fuck that. No, bad. So we have a subpar, we have a bad. That's a bad plus. Not a good start. Now, here's where the shit gets good, in my opinion. Right there. It's always him. It's always him. Sinbad, man. I mean, after the whole entire sludge thing, apparently Isnan was like merged in that thing, and then it was like, and then he's flying away, retreating, gets caught off by Sinbad after using some teleportation magic via his spellcasters back in his headquarters, in his in his, what do you call it? In the war room. Yeah, in his war room. And then he appears before Isnan. And is like, yo, man, you can't leave when you just started a fucking war. A battle. And then he actually does more. He actually summons a djinn. Facalor or Focalor. I think it's Focalor. Yeah, I think it's Focalor. Either way, regardless, does a full body djinn equip on the spot, and he has like he has red wings, like semi-demon horns, looking pretty damn beastly. But the curse spreads throughout his entire body very quickly, and then we have Isnan trying to add to that with Al Thamon's will and blah blah blah, and then this motherfucker here, he goes like this in like a midair stance, and they're both levitating. I don't know why. Both levitating, going like this, midair stance. And then all of a sudden he makes this sphere, like this charged sphere. And then this sphere has the combination of both the normal white Rook, or the yellow Rook, and the dark Rook. And it's like, what the hell's going on? And he's like, yeah, I was already cursed. And your curse wasn't enough. And then the curse on Sinbad's arm just like peeled off and like went into the actual sphere of energy. And then he makes these two tornadoes, one black, one yellow, and I'm like, bro. And Isn's like, you were already falling from grace halfway? Like, what the fuck? And then he's like, fucking, he does a spell. And it's like a cycle. It's like a Tengen Toppa Gurren Lagann drill of like both yellow and dark Rook, and like Isnan's body gets like obliterated. It gets obliterated, like, ugh. And you're like, damn. So my thing is that I like that part. I thought that was good. But it is still confusing, because I'm like, so if you could do that, why didn't you do it earlier? I mean, I guess he didn't do it earlier because he wanted to lure Isnan out, but that's an assumption. We don't know for sure, and it's like, you're like when you see that, you're like, I don't know, man. I just don't know. So take it as you would, But in my personal opinion, I thought I like that. So that's good. So we have a bad plus, and we have a good. Right there, that goes up to what? Subpar. So, the rest of the episode... Okay, wait, no. Then we get into the next part of the episode. Alibaba's mental state. His mental mind. His mind. What? Like, it was basically... Alibaba is like... He's in some underwater cave, and he's sulking like... And then Aladdin comes in there, gets pushed by Kashim, because apparently the earring that Alibaba has on his ear, I think Kashim gave it to him or something like that. But whatever, Kashim was infused with that, his positive energy, his positive root. Aladdin talks to Alibaba, gives him a speech about how he loves him, how you're a hero. Like, it's the same hero speech. I'm like, nothing new. And he turns around like, oh yeah, you're fucking right, I am a hero, man. Yeah, I'm like, no. Whoa, that was lame. It was like the same hero speech. Then you had the whole entire thing like, I love you. And it was like, okay. So that was like, like I was like lackluster again, very lackluster. It wasn't even random because it's the same speech that he's given Alibaba twice now. He's given the same speech to Alibaba twice, and now it's the third time he's given the speech. It's like, really? Like, third time's a charm, apparently. Apparently, you didn't get it the first 2 times, but now you get it. Hopefully. And then he grabs his hand, and then like the darkness disappears completely, and now he's free from the curse. But there's a little bit of darkness left, and they go there. Who's there? Isnan. Bam, boom, Isnan. And then he's chilling in the corner, like, yo. Like, he's just chilling in the corner. He's like, you better kill me now. You know, Sinbad, like, he fucked up. He destroyed my body completely. He obliterated my body. Sounds kind of gay, but whatever. He obliterated my body. And you can kill me now. And then I'll cease to exist forever. And then it was like, all of a sudden, like, before Alibaba attacks, Aladdin's like, wait a second. I want to ask you, why do you do the shit you do? Like, why do you do the shit that you fucking do? And then he tells him about this place called, and then so like he does Slow Wisdom. He does this Slow Wisdom thing. And then they talk for a little bit, and then all of a sudden they mention a place called Aluma, or I forgot the exact name, but basically once he mentions this place, like a zone appears. And then all of a sudden, and this was so random. I'm like, what is going on? It was. If there's one thing about this episode that I did not like at all, mainly the structure of the pacing. The pacing was fast. But on top of that, it was the structure where it was just like there was just shit chucked in there. Like, fuck it, then zoom here, then fuck it, then zoom here, then fuck it. Like, let's go. And I'm like the structure of the pacing. Even, like, it was fast pacing. Yeah, it was. But the structure of the pacing, it just threw me the fuck off sometimes. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And then he takes him to this zone. And, like, it's, like, a bunch of flashbacks, Gene, being, like, chucked in there, like, yeah. And apparently, it hints at a few things. I mean, it hinted that the Jinn were human before they became Jinn. It hints at, like, the first time we see Magi for the, like, apparently, like, Solomon himself was, like, an actual human. Like, it hints at that, kind of, ish. And, like, one of the Magi was, like, evil as fuck. Like, and that may have been Isnan, but we're not too sure exactly, because he has the same image as Isnan. Then it's, like, flashback of, like, wars and shit and fighting and, like, weird big-ass dragons. And, like, we see, like, a transformation occur with, like, Paimon. And, like, we actually see, like, the human forms of Amon, Paimon, and Zagon. And it's like, what the fuck is going on? And then, like, there was one part where there was, like, some thing from the sky. There was, like, a nuke. I'm like, what's that? And then some dude was like, nah. I'm like, what? Like, what's going on? It was weird as fuck. I was dumbfounded. I was like, yo, this is making no sense to me right now. So the structure of the flashback that occurred there, unorganized. I mean, I can kind of get as to what they were doing, but no. So no. It was just like, what the fuck? Like, because again, for those of you guys who read the manga, you guys probably understand most of that, if not all of it. But I've only watched the anime thus far, and I was confused as fuck. I was like, whoa, like, what is going on? Like, that one thing, it was like darkness came from the sky. Nuke. Like, what the fuck? And then some dude was like, fucking stop it. And it was weird. It was fucking weird. It was fucking weird, bro. It was weird. It was so... See, the crazy part is that I'm thinking about that same shit right now. And as I'm thinking about this, I need to take a shit. That's a problem. Yo, this is physically making me want to take a shit. That's crazy. That's fucking insane. But basically after that, they return back to the inner realm of Alibaba. Easton's like, attack me. He says, you better kill me now. And then he lunges at Alibaba. Alibaba, he breaks it. Well, he deflects his sickle. He cuts his knives in half. He's like, why didn't you kill me? And he's like, because I want to find another way. I don't need to kill you, blah, blah, blah. Another speech. And then Easton disappears. He's like, I can't believe, Aladdin. He's like, he smiles. Does Solomon wisdom. Easton's like, I can't believe I'm going to turn to Solomon after all these years, blah, blah, blah. After all my hatred for him. And yada, yada, yada. And that was it. Oh, no, wait. And then they leave. They once everything's okay, they wake up. They leave the dungeon. And then there's another speech about how, there's going to be problems laying ahead for us. There will be a lot of problems. There will be. People who go against the flow of fate. And that was the main thing about Eastnine. Because, when when Aladdin's like, why do you go against, why do you cause all this pain and suffering? And then the main thing about Eastnine was that he was like, listen, I don't want to be tied down by destiny. I can't do it, man. Because he believes that destiny is a jail. Your fate is already set in stone. Your fate is already set in stone. And you can't go against destiny. You just can't. So he's like, yo, the only way you can go against destiny is to fall from grace. Deny one's fate. Deny one's destiny. So that was like the best part about the entire flashback part. But even still, it didn't really help it that much because it was like, bam, 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 dragons, weird ass big dudes, it was like nuke. I still can't get over that. I was like, bro, this is fucking weird. And after that part, we go on from there to basically they leave the gym, they leave the dungeon, speech, handshake, they cut to the ending, and then we see clips of people and what they're doing. We see a clip of Sinbad. He's like, people, it's not over yet. Yes, sire. Yes, sire. And it was cool, but not really that cool. It makes fuck it. Then we see stuff that caught my attention. Obviously, number one, we see Judao, and I believe he's with Judao is in the Ko Empire, and he's talking to, I believe, I'm not too sure, Ren Kohen. Is it Kohen? I think it's it's not Kome, because I think Kome. Yeah, I think Kome is the one with the fan, on some Simai shit. But I think this is Ren, the one on the throne, the one on the chair. I think that this guy is Ren Kohen. And then he's like, Sinbad, I can't wait to fight you, blah blah blah. Because Judao, he's like the old guys that can't do it, whatever, not a big deal. Then we see scenes of random motherfuckers. People that have not been introduced to the story yet. We see scenes of them. Flash here, flash there, flash there. Then the last scene, we see, and this guy, he has Gara's voice, it's Gara's voice actor. And he's talking. And all of a sudden you see him for the first time. And it's that's the other Magi. The Magi that is a wandering gnome who opens all these dungeons. And then he's he's holding a rook, has a speech about fate, and where will the world go? And then that's where the series ends. I mean, the season. That's how the season ends right there. The ending was cool. The ending was real cool, so I'd probably give it good. The ending was cool. No. That's all I can say. Just no. It was no, bro. It was so no. It was bro, the same speech for the third time. Just a flashback. Yeah. And I mean, the best part about the internal thing, I guess you could say, the internal. What was it? I mean, fuck it. Basically, the best part about when they were inside of Alibaba's mind was when we have Isnan talking about how, listen, man, The only way you can remove the shackles of destiny, the only way you can get out of the jail of fate, is if you fall from grace. And that's some hardcore shit. That's some hardcore shit. Because there's a lot of people that believe in destiny and fate. That one's death, that one's end, that one's demise, one's standing in life is all decided by fate, by destiny, by a higher power. And he's like, nah, fuck that shit. Fall from grace. You deny that shit. You say, fuck that shit. And, that was, I like that. So, I like the concept of, because it shows you where these people are coming from. They're not just evil because they're evil. No, they're evil because their lives have taken a turn for the worse. And instead of accepting it, they fight against it. But the only way they believe that they can fight against it is by denying their fate and falling from grace. So in a way, they're not evil, but they just see freedom. And that was the thing. They see freedom as this darkness. And that's crazy. I like that. See. It's not a conflict of good and evil. It's a conflict of fate and freedom. But in this case, fate being normally what's known as good, whereas freedom normally being bad. So it's kind of like, it's very, like the parent. But see, Alibaba, that's in the mind of Isnan. Alibaba, Alad, he talks about how, like you can accept fate in different ways. Like, you don't have to follow fate blindly. So, it's that kind of notion where you can take many roads, but all the roads end in the same way. Like, I believe it's the same kind of notion. But it was very, that part was damn good when they were talking, when they were speaking. The exposition, when Isnan came in, that was good. But the visual, where we see the flashes of shit, I'm like, whoa. It was like a whoa. So, but I'm done. So that part I'll give okay, because they balance out. We have the good exposition, but the bad visuals. So they balance out to okay. So we have a subpar to an okay. And the last part, it was good. So actually, yeah, the episode, it's okay. Because it would have been subpar plus, but the ending that we saw of these people was actually good, in my personal opinion. So it was overall okay. It was okay. It was okay. Okay. Yeah, it was an okay season finale of Magi, and we are at the 27-minute. Damn. Okay, all right, fine. So to end this thing really very quickly, when you guys look at the article down below, you guys will see that apparently the next season of Magi will take place in Magnostat, the country in which these guys destroyed Dunia's home, where they killed Isaac, and I have no idea. But regardless, the main thing here is that now that the season is over, we're gonna read this shit. And I've heard about it too. Apparently, Sinbad no Boken, the actual Sinbad side story, and that's gonna be an actual side series to the actual Magi manga. So, I'll do a video on that later, a news update video on that later tonight. But yeah, I'm done. Yeah, King Lightning. The season finale of Magi, once again, overrating okay. And I'm signing out. Be sure, of course, rate, comment, because I want to hear your thoughts about this. Because this was, for those of you guys who actually read the manga, because you guys, I'm pretty sure that you guys have a much more broader understanding of what happened in this episode. Because me, currently, I'm only an anime viewer, and I was like, okay. But yeah, so that's it. Be sure, of course, rate, comment, and subscribe as always, and I'm signing out. Peace! Have a nice day. Yeah! Oh! Ba-da-da! Sleep!